Hey buddy, Crow back again, and as you can see, I've got two boxes in front of me, and they're all really for one thing. And that's something I ordered recently, the Tulsa Arcade Nintendo Switch Mini Pinball Cabinet. And in this case, is a kit. You could actually get this for, well, what's in this box actually, for anywhere between $40 and $80 on their website. I actually went for the cheapest option, but I did get a couple extra accessories for this thing. But then also you do need to buy like an encoder and buttons separately, and that's what's in this box. I'll put a link in the description below where you could get this. And actually this too. But I got this from Amazon. This was straight from Tulsa Arcade. I actually ordered this on the 16th, I think, of September, and I actually got it in about a week, which is actually a little bit quicker than I was expecting. But I saw this on a couple of YouTube channels. Cool Toy and P-Dub's Arcade Loft already have videos for this. I'll leave a link to their videos in the description below. The total with the accessories I got was about $50. But then shipping was ridiculous. Shipping was like $16 and only offered through FedEx. And I was like, oh, whoa, that's a bit more than almost I'd be willing to pay. And then I just bit the bullet and paid it anyway just to get it. Let's actually just unwrap what I've gotten here. These are some extras. This is some extra graphics that I bought. I think these were like, oh, what were they? Wasn't that expensive. These graphics, these are just the plain old Tulsa Arcade stickers that pop on this thing, and you get 3 of them here. And I think it was like a couple bucks. It wasn't that expensive. We're getting this note here. Thank you for purchasing our DIY Nintendo Switch pinball cabinet. So this is just telling you not to over clamp it and stuff. Just make sure that the switch slides in and out, not tight before setting it. And then I did get some T-molding they had there. This was like $6 or $7 on their website. And then the rest of this box is actually the pieces, I'm guessing. So I haven't unwrapped these yet. I'm guessing these are the long sides. All right, I probably cut that whole unwrapping out because there was tons of tape all over it, and I kind of had to keep cutting, and that's a good thing because that means it was secure. So I'm gonna say these parts go like that. This is obviously the front. We'll have to, I think that goes like that. Oh, that looks like that slides in like that and just like that. Or maybe, I'm not sure which part goes in the front, which part goes in the back, but that'll work, right? And then on the back here, this is obviously the rear piece. There we go, we can figure this out. Here's the thing, is I could have bought encoder separately. I could have bought buttons separately, but I was trying to be as cheap as possible. And for around $22, I wound up just getting a whole kit. The buttons are probably super cheap, but I didn't really care. So in this container, or this package of bubble wrap here, is more than likely the encoder, which I made sure works with the Switch. And it comes with all these, yeah, I mean, this is all just one bundle. You'll see the link in the description below, but there's the encoder. It should come with everything I need. There's the cable to plug it in. And this is why you need an adapter. You need a USB A to a USB-C adapter, so you're able to plug this into the Switch, and that's what powers it on. I'm not going to pull these out, but these are all the cables that go with it. And then obviously you have all our buttons, and there's even a joystick in here, which I won't need. These all have letterings on them, which doesn't really matter, but they're lettered for the Switch, so I have to put these in the right spot. I mean, yeah, these are super, super cheap, but you know what? If I want better buttons down the line, I could do it. I was just trying to make sure they were not super long, because apparently that can cause an issue in here because it is a tight spot. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a break. I'm going to go out into the garage, glue this together, clamp it down. All right, I'm back now. I've got this thing all put together and glued. One thing in hindsight I realized after I put this all together is, I mean, it's a couple days later, this was drying for a while, and I used Gorilla Glue, and I was trying to be careful not to use too much, otherwise it leaks out like this. And I do have a couple spots where it's like that, but they're not really that noticeable. So actually, all in all, not bad. And this thing is together all sturdy and everything. But in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have glued this back piece in, because now to get stuff inside, not impossible, maybe a little bit harder to do. But just for your curiosity to see the dimensions of this thing, this is lengthwise about 8.5 inches. Widthwise, it is, let's see here, about 5.5 inches. The back height about 4.5 inches. The front height is about 3.5 inches. Yeah, just to give you an idea of what the dimensions are. But yeah, I got this thing all glued together. I kind of looked online. There's really no instructions, from what I could tell, on the right way to put this together. But I watched some other people's videos just to see how theirs were pre-built, because I was really curious if this bottom piece here, if the black should be up or if it should be down, and it was down in all cases that I saw, so I just did the same thing. It really doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up, and both sides are going to be covered up and hidden either way you look at it. But for right now, the next step I've got to do is cut these stickers and apply these stickers. So that's what I'm about to do right now, and when we cut back, I should have stickers all over this. All right, here we are. I've got the stickers on. I got the holes cut out. I just used an X-Acto knife and actually one of these metal rulers and a pencil to draw the lines, and pretty much it all went on pretty smoothly. I did have one minor hiccup, and it's because I mismeasured the width on the front that I had to cut, and you could barely tell, but I cut it. Oh, that's my server. But I cut it too thin, and then I had to reattach the pieces on the side and the middle. You kind of tell that there's a line there. When the T-molding goes on, that should cover this all up. And that's actually going to be my next step. So I'm going to cut some of the strips off here in the T-molding and kind of hammer it into place. And when we come back from the cut, that should then be done. All right, I got the T-molding on and cut, but just to give you an idea, they really didn't give you much room for error, because after I put all this on, this is how much T-molding I had left. And this piece here proved to be a little bit difficult, just because I may have cut it just a little bit short, but it turned out pretty good, I think. So let's unveil it. Let's unwrap it here. So yeah, you can see there's a bit of a gap here. Yeah, that was just due to inexperience, let's say. I can grab the X-Acto knife and that's how I was pretty much cutting this T-molding too. I was just using the X-Acto knife. Is that the best way to do it? I don't know. I'll probably touch that up a little bit. That's sticking out just a little bit. But yeah, we'll touch it up. And then I'm going to put everything in here after the jump cut. And we'll see how well I can do, seeing as I didn't give myself much room to work with. All right, we're back. I've actually got the buttons screwed in. I've got them all wired in. Obviously not actually in there yet. But before I did that, I kind of wanted to show how this was hooked up. And a mistake I kind of made, which I'll get to shortly. But the one thing I do want to mention, I'm not using the USB cable that was with the encoder itself. It is a USB Type B to a USB Type A. And obviously the switch is a USB-C connection. Now, what they had recommended was actually getting adapter, a USB-A to a USB-C adapter. And I realized I didn't have one until like the other day. So I was actually searching for one. And then I realized, why would I get an adapter when I could just get a USB Type B to a USB-C cable itself? So that's what I have here, no adapters or anything. But I have it hooked up, and I had it tested out, but I'm going to kind of show you the one mistake I made. Well, and then some issues I had I'll get through. So I'm going to turn the switch on, and as you can see, the buttons light up. I didn't intend to get lit up buttons, but I'll live with it lit. I don't know like how much extra battery it's going to drain. Who knows? I don't think it bothers me that much, and I could always just sever the cables, I guess, or do something to disable the lights. And honestly, getting these buttons in here with the tight space wasn't too difficult. Yeah, the front buttons were more difficult, but the further back I went, the easier it went. And I actually just plugged the cables in first before I screwed them in, so to eliminate any of those problems. But when I had originally plugged this up and turned this on, the buttons weren't working. They lit up, but they weren't working. I'll show you what I had to do. I had to go into settings, and I had to look this up online. So I had to go into settings. I had to go down to controllers and sensors. And there we go. Oh, what the hell? The thing I had to do was I had to turn on a Pro wired controller. This was off and it wasn't working. Now I had to turn it on, and then I had to turn the switch off and then on again before it actually went active. And then the encoder work. The buttons work. So the other thing I did too is down here you have test input devices. We're going to do that. Control buttons. Oh, we got to actually get into the mode. So as you can see there, as I hit the buttons, that's L, R, ZR, ZL, B, and A. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this inside of here. If I could find some mounting tape, I'm going to mount it to the side. If not, it will just go in there loose. And when we come back, I'll have this all ready to go. I got the switch put in there. Now if we take this out, you can see how I put it in there. I did find some, not necessarily Velcro, but it's like a Velcro, and it sticks really good, and you can pull it off if necessary. So I got the encoder on the side there. I've kind of got the cables just a little bit neater. One of the interesting things is I realized I did wrong while building this is, well, firstly, I don't know if I put this piece on upside down. I don't know if the other side is black, but maybe I'll just kind of color this part black. I don't know. It doesn't even look that bad as it is. But somebody may have realized that when I turned it upside down to show off these glue marks, I wasn't supposed to glue that part in at all. This bottom piece is supposed to slide in and out. That's how you're supposed to access everything underneath. And I just went ahead and glued it in. But it really didn't stop me from getting it all together or fixing anything, thanks to the large holes on top. Now, if these holes weren't here on top, I would definitely have to rethink or undo something. But because of these holes, I was able to put everything in, and it works just fine. And again, if I wanted to unplug the switch and whatnot, I just have to unplug that part, take it out, or if I wanted to put it back in, and plug it in, and there you go. And if we turn it on, which, man, how do we turn it on? I guess we have to turn it on before we put it in, don't we? It's on, the buttons light up, even though I really didn't intend to do it that way. But we'll see how much the batteries drain. So what I actually need to do is line up some pinball games, and we'll test them out here. All right, I decided to start out with the Pinball Arcade, but I immediately ran across a problem. Well, firstly, I had to connect Joy-Cons anyway, so I could, again, hit the minus button to rotate the screen. Okay, well, that's not right. Well, neither's that. And for some reason, these are the only two options Pinball Arcade gives you. So I'm not going to try this. Let's try something different. All right, here we go with Stern Pinball Arcade. Let's see if we fare any better with this. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, it's new. Let's rotate the screen. Nope, should have known, because it's Farsight Studios. Again, they didn't think about letting you rotate the screen any way you wanted to, just two ways, and neither of them helped me here. All right, I've gone ahead and booted up Pinball FX3. I haven't actually bought any tables on this, but there are 2 free tables you can try out. But first of all, we can rotate the screen and get it the correct way. All right, let's go ahead. Now, I've actually already gone into the menus, and I've adjusted it so L and R are just the flippers, and ZR and ZL are the nudging. Yep, so there you go. We got A, we're off. Flippers work. And again, nudging works. So we're all set to go here. Actually, let's see how different camera angles look. Let's see. Oh. X apparently seems to be, so you could adjust this as well.
Don't be afraid.
Oh. Now the Joy-Cons are vibrating as well. But we'll go with the default. Any one of those would work. All right, here we got some fishtails. Oh, it's got the back box. We definitely need to change the camera view there. Let's see. Yeah, any one of these would be fine, I think. Not view 8, though. There we go. Oh. Oh, jeez. Anyway, you've seen Pinball FX3 before. Let's go something a little bit different, but sort of the same. All right, I've got Star Wars Pinball in here. I've got the sound muted because I don't want to get any copyright claims because I left Star Wars music playing on this video. Yeah, we got the same kind of layout. So, of course, we can orientate this correctly. Let's go ahead and try something. All right, just went into the menus. I've silenced the music, and I've also adjusted the buttons a bit so I can use them to nudge like that. And that view will not do at all. Okay, because I probably had it on that other view the last time. But there we go. That is Star Wars Pinball working. We got the Boba Fett going here. Let's play something a little bit different. That's right. It seems how well we see Zaccaria Pinball Fair to rotate. Oh, there's a button here. Rotate screen. There we go. Rotate upside down. Rotate right way. Now I wonder if the buttons are already preset the way I want them. We'll have to see. Let's see if nudges, let's see here. No, both our flippers. We've got to fix that. All right, that should do it. Let's see, and we can also change our camera. Oh, I have it set for table mode. Or cabinet mode, maybe. That's why I can't change view angles, but yeah, they don't change, but that's fine. I could adjust that if I wanted to. The point is that this works just fine. Nudge. The nudge seems to be backwards, so I should probably switch those buttons around. But as we can see, Zaccaria Pinball is working just fine. Now then, something I've been saving for last. I haven't even tried this yet. I specifically bought this game not too long ago for the Switch just to play it in here. So let's boot it up and see how well it works. Oh yeah, it's Demon's Tilt. All right. How can I rotate the screen? All right, we got it switched. The only downside is I might have to flip back and forth between the Joy-Cons and the actual pinball controller because it doesn't like having a secondary controller controlling the menus or anything. But let's see. Ah, there we go. Oh, come on, there we go. Come on, go. Oh, wait. Yeah, ZR and ZL are acting like flipper buttons too, not nudges, so we might have to adjust that a bit. So yeah, while I was spending time messing around, looking through all the menus and everything, I discovered there's no way to remap any of the buttons in Demon's Tilt, unless there's a patch of some sort that'll let you do that. So we're kind of stuck not being able to nudge the table using this cabinet. All right, well, it works. The only downside is that I can't figure a way to change the buttons or anything. So we're stuck not really being able to nudge because ZR and ZL are still the... and I can't play this game in conjunction with the... oh, jeez. There we... Oh, it came back. Okay, cool. But yeah, Demon's Tilt, it works. And that's what I was kind of really curious to see. It's just unfortunate that it's very hard to, like, without an actual joystick for this game. There's no touch controls at all, and you have to actually go to the Switch's menu to switch controllers if you want to change anything. There we go. Look at that. That's why this game is awesome. Well, that's all I really wanted to show off here with this Tulsa arcade Switch pinball kit where you just put the Switch right in there. Now, yeah, the battery has been draining quite a bit since I don't remember how long I've been actually playing this, but it's already at 0.5%. And it's maybe because I have these lights in here. But I had been like wondering, hey, what if I put a hub in there? Could I actually play this while it's charging? Indeed, yes, I could. What I have here is it's kind of like a USB-C hub. I actually used to use this one for my phone to use Samsung DeX, but I got a better one, and this one just kind of sitting off to the edge here. So this plug is actually plugged into an outlet, and what we can do is plug it in here. We can unplug the switch from the encoder here. If we plug this right in, boom, we've got it powering up. And this one actually has a regular USB-A plug, and I have an adapter in there for USB-C. And if I plug the encoder into that, bam, everything comes right back up. So yeah, the controls still work and everything. And it's currently being charged. So if we get back to the menu, bam, still charging. So yeah, I could technically have this plugged into the wall while I'm still playing this because I have this adapter as well, and it works fine. And Demon's Tilt works. However, there's a lot of jumping through hoops and switching back and forth between Joy-Cons and this thing because there's no joypad. I mean, what you could probably do is kind of cut something in the back here. And actually, it's maybe a project I could think of, put some buttons on the back here so you have some D-pad options so you could move around in games that don't have touchscreen controls like Demon's Tilt. But I don't know, is it really worth all that effort just for that one game? And it's possible that Demon's Tilt may have an update in the future to rectify these issues. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so I want to thank you for watching. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more content, I do have 2 recommendations here. If you want to see more about Demon's Tilt, I do have a video up on that. And if you want to see something completely different, I'm recommending the video I did for the Indie Heroes Collection 1 for the Evercade. See you next time.